The authorities in Mexico are taking emergency measures to tackle an outbreak of a new kind of swine flu. It's suspected of killing some 60 people and infecting hundreds more. Public buildings have been closed in Mexico City, as have the capital's schools and universities, affecting more than 6 million students. From there, our correspondent Steve Gibbs reports.
Across Mexico City, pharmacies report that face masks designed to prevent infection have sold out. Every student in the capital's been given a day off and told to avoid contact with others. Even handshakes are being seen as risky. The Mexican government says that every precaution should be taken, but there should be no panic.
We're
facing a new influenza virus, but it is a controllable epidemic. The Ministry of Health recommends that people avoid crowded places or events where it is not strictly necessary to attend.
The World Health Organization is warning that there remains a risk of a global pandemic.
WHO is highly concerned by what is happening in Mexico and the United States. Currently we're seeing at least 5 separate influenza events occurring, or influenza-like events, 2 in the United States and 3 in Mexico, in highly different geographic locations.
The plan now is a mass vaccination, but currently there's a shortage of vaccines. Across the border in the United States, scientists are working to see if there's a direct link between cases of swine flu there and the Mexican epidemic.
In terms of the issue of containment, there are things that we see that suggest containment is not very likely, in that we are seeing cases in Texas and we're seeing cases in San Diego without any connection between them, which makes us think that there's been transmission from person to person.
A lot still needs to be discovered about this virus, but public health officials here are warning everybody to be on their guard. Stephen Gibbs, BBC News, Mexico City.
And Steve told me that the Mexican authorities are taking the situation there very seriously.
Oh, they certainly are, and they have to get the balance right between making people really aware of the seriousness of this problem and not causing panic. They really did give a pretty strong press conference this morning, the health minister there, telling people that apart from the fact that all schools and all universities here in Mexico City are going to be closed until further notice, that people should totally avoid any public spaces if they can possibly manage that. They shouldn't touch people, they shouldn't shake people's hands, etc. So they really are trying to contain this virus before it spreads to a situation that they fear could get out of control.
And are there signs that people in Mexico are heeding this advice and taking it seriously?
Oh, undoubtedly here in Mexico City. This is one of the biggest cities in the world. There are more than 20 million people that live here, and it's a very rare day indeed that you don't see the streets really crowded. But today it has been almost empty. In fact, some businesses have been complaining that their business is horrendously down. But this is exactly what the Mexican government wants people to do, and it looks like that for the next few days people are going to be staying in and keeping away from each other.
And also signs that health officials in the US are concerned that this could spread across the border.
The nature of these viruses always reveal just how people travel, and if it's not contained early, within days, it could well be popping up all over the world. And both the authorities in the United States and people from the World Health Organization have been putting that point extremely strongly, that they want people to knuckle down and stop moving and find out who's got this virus and who hasn't, and make sure they do that before it spreads all over the world.